Dear reader, please hold me delicately in your hands. May my words trickle down through each turn of a page, between the gaps by those fingers that grasp. Look down at the ground. Take caution for where you step, as to not stomp on the puddle of my soul left behind.
What's up, everybody? It's Super Chat, and I'm your host today, Justin. Carlos over here.
How you guys doing today?
And we have the beautiful Paulina Sofia.
Hello.
This is the girlfriend I talk about all the time. And she has her new book that she's published, which is Broken Wings Can Fly Too. And we're here to, talk about it today and how she's a low-key anime fan. So, but, well, that was the back cover, right?
Yes.
Yes. And that is to what expressed to the reader?
Just a quick little taste of what's inside the book. So I decided to do a poem for a poetry book. Yeah.
There's a little synopsis of the book.
Yes.
And Carlos, you peeked inside of it. What did you think?
I think it's awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you. I liked how the way the poems go for each sonnet. It's like pretty much like a sonnet to me. Every single poem. So it's like, what expressions do you like find in your book, if you don't mind me asking?
What do you mean by expressions? Like what?
Like the feeling, the like how you feel, like how it burst out.
Oh, so I base it off of different things that affect me in my life. So it's not a personal poetry book. I try to dive into different minds of different individuals. So there's a diverse, complex type of perspectives in each storyline that I try to tell like a beginning, middle, and end for each poem. So yeah, I'm very much a feminist, so I'm very influenced by women's rights and stuff like that. Then there's trying to think. I mean, yeah, just kind of maybe controversial topics.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And so you felt maybe you wrote your poems based on just what Carlos was saying, like your feelings, and you put that in there so people could also feel it when they read it?
Yes. I try not to be too attached to what I write, so I can develop kind of an also impartial way of looking at life. I also write a lot about nature, so lots of peaceful things, sometimes not peaceful things, so yes.
So the kind of like breaking out stance.
Yeah.
Of like trying to do everything.
Yes.
And what started you on your poetry journey from the beginning? Let's start from the beginning. I always ask everybody, what is the start? What got you into it?
Story.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, that's a really big question. So I guess I will think back to my first time writing, which was when I was too young to remember. And I began with just journaling and stuff like that. And then I think it transformed into when I first published my first book, which you cannot find anymore. So it's scrapped from its existence. But when I first published, I grabbed everything that I had written in all my diaries throughout all the years. I published it, I edited it a little bit, but then I grew within time. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. I first self-published when I was 19. I'm 22 now. So I've learned a lot from then till now. So it's kind of night and day in between the two books. So that's why I wanted to take it off the market, because it didn't really speak about me anymore.
It was a different version of you.
Yeah. A very much younger, naive, like, Dipsy type of book.
And so when it came to this book, you had a mindset for it. You had
Yeah. I think I knew I was more developed in my writing skills, so I just kind of took it as a more I'm the editor, I'm the proofreader, I'm the designer, whereas before I let other people help me with that. I try to do this one all by myself, and I'm much more happier with this result.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I've had a, behind the scenes experience watching you just type all day, and this is when I was playing Monster Hunter a lot. I was just on my Switch. I mean, you've had some experience with, like, writing and, stuff.
I'm a musician.
Okay.
I sing in 3 languages. So it's kind of hard to figure out music and stuff and all that. It's kind of like you think of high notes and low notes. You need to go for the octaves and stuff. It's hard as hell.
And
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but what languages do you...
I do English, Spanish, Japanese.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like you have to match every single thing to it.
Can we hear a little bit?
Can you do Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah, do some Spanish.
Not to put you on the spot. You can back
not on
out
the
whenever
spot.
you want.
I think I'm good. I'm not gonna do it
All
today.
right.
Okay.
I'll do it on a solo show if I ever did it.
Hey, we'll do a karaoke episode.
Karaoke.
Where we go to a karaoke bar. How's that?
Yeah, we can go to Arabic and just freaking.
Yeah. But I was, and so you've, with words, the poems are structured, similar to songs. I mean, some poems are songs. In that sense, I want to ask, Carlos that opinion, what he said there, to then ask you, are any of your poems, do you think, have any musical melody sense when you're just reading it? Do they have any sense of a harmony?
Rhythm. I mean, definitely rhythm. I can't really expand too much on it, even though I did learn how to play guitar. That was also too long ago for me to remember. So, yeah, there's definitely a music taste that you could take on writing. I think it's just whether or not it kind of speaks to you, just like music does. Music can speak to a person. Yeah. So writing can just do the same, just in a different sense. So.
Could you ever see, and what, you listen to a lot of folk music?
Yes.
Yes. I know a lot of background information here, guys. Do you ever see any of your poems being reworked in like a folk band using it as one of their songs?
I don't think so. I mean, I that's too. But
that's too far. That's too big. She's like, I'm such
that's
a
too.
writer.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry about it. It happens.
And so, like, what else has influenced you? I mean, to talk about anime, because we're on an anime podcast. Mm-hmm. Has there been any anime that maybe like changed your way of thinking since you wrote your first poem? Because you started watching anime recently, got into it, and did that affect anything about this book at all? Maybe the way you thought about certain aspects of life and feelings and emotions?
Yeah, I don't want to be too far-fetched in responding to this, but, the protagonist of any anime, you get to see different perspectives. So with each main character comes with a new personality, comes with new battles, comes with just different aspects of that type of person. So definitely in some of the poems that I wrote, you can feel some main character energy, like some, like I am in this position and this is my way of looking at things.
It's like the intro scene where it's like, hi, I'm Toriyaga and I'm 23 years old in college and this has been my past.
No, and then you have that mini monologue in animes. It's kind of...
The monologue. Do you have any mini monologuing in the book?
No.
That's the cringiest monologues I've ever heard of.
What anime have you watched?
I watched handfuls. So I've watched Chobits, I watched Deers, lots of harems, lots of reverse harems. I watched Oran High School Club. I always get them mixed.
Oran
High School Host Club.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah.
I was confused. Too.
If I like stumble over anything, I know that you got me. Okay.
I got you. Don't worry.
Carlos is the dictionary when it comes to manga and anime.
I watched that show so many times.
Is
bro.
it?
I watched the anime. I watched the live action TV show of it and the movies. All good.
Oh, that's right. There is a live action.
All good.
Okay, I gotta take a look at it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you a trailer when we get back over
Okay.
there. And how's your journey been through the anime culture? Is it different from the writing culture and or like the fan groups and stuff like that?
I mean, we're talking about different. Yeah. I feel like obviously there's people that are they just dive into the culture. So obviously in each type of group or field, there's people that dive into it. You know, I've liked both cultures and communities. So it's been. I don't know. I felt like it was overwhelming for both when I've started both. You know, I felt like I didn't have enough knowledge for one or enough knowledge for the other. You know, I'm more of a writer than a reader. And then for the anime community, I don't even want to say this, but I watch sub. So, you know, dub.
You watch dub.
I watch dub.
No, but it's fine. It's fine.
I do both. So
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine now because it's become Americanized again.
Yeah.
So back in like when we were young, people were watching anime. They were watching in dub, and then it was like our high school years. People were starting to watch it in sub because it was the only anime you could get then that wasn't a repeat of what you've already watched. But now everything's dub, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can definitely though see when it's not well dubbed. So it's just off. You know, the character what you thought would. You know, act like or sound like. Well, like what happened with Psyche K? That was really heartbreaking for me.
Season 2.
Season 2 was not dubbed and
by the original cast.
By the original cast,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't. I couldn't. You know, it was difficult for me to continue watching it because I'm like, that's a whole new cast that they're
it
putting on.
destroyed it.
Yeah.
it feels weird with new voices.
Yeah.
What's funny is we talk to a lot of voice actors. And I mean, not just, I know everyone's like, you guys have only had 3, but there's voice actors that come through to the store. They're just a shop here.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've talked to them, and their, like, synopsis is like, you know, when they're doing the character, it's best just to be that character. And if you have a voice actor who's just reading lines in a closet, like type studio, you know, like they're just, it's just gonna sound monotone. It's like, I'm Psyche K and my powers are this, and I mean, it's like when it's like Psyche goes, is that coffee pudding? Or it's like, is that coffee pudding? You know, it's like there's the monotone. That's what the season 2 is like.
Pretty much, if you're like trained to be in a drama class, you
Yeah.
you just studied to be the actor.
They did not take drama. Yeah.
I'm gonna be like Harry Potter, just be in a closet the whole entire time at the beginning.
What were we talking? Oh, and then in the, I would say, the fandom though in the book culture, I think, and the anime culture is similar, because there's the manga, and then you have, you know, people always going to do signings for both book writers and manga writers.
Well, you know, now that you mention it, they're intertwined. I mean, the anime community is intertwined with the book community, because if you're reading manga, then you're a part of a little tiny aspect. If you don't read anything else except for manga, then you're a part of the book community.
The book community, yeah.
So it is related to each other.
Do you find similarities in the way that they get famous though? Like, I know, like, you knew about Tokyo Ghoul, the writer, at least, because that was the first anime, and that was when, you know, you were like super interested about, and you're like, whoa. So Shuei Ishida is like, I'm pretty sure people know his face, and if he walked around a convention, he probably would get stopped and all that stuff. For example, like Anthony Bourdain. You know, do you ever have a fear or a want to get to that level? Because I know some people, like Anthony Bourdain, when he got to that point, really didn't want all that attention. But then there's other, you know, people who are okay with having all that attention and wanting it.
Yeah. Well, to answer the first question, or first thing that you mentioned about how people get to that point, get to like that famous level. I mean, it's super difficult for writers. I mean, only basically what I was explained recently was that if you're a part of the big names like HarperCollins or one like that, only the top 10% get like advertising and stuff. So if you are part of that one of the big names, that doesn't mean that you're going. They give you payment up front, and that's it. You know, you might not get paid more, so you might just get that little upfront payment, and that's it. And you'll never see any other money if you're not top 10%.
That actually just happened to a voice actor for a video game, Bayonetta. She did Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, and they renewed her contract and offered her $4,000 to do a whole video game for part 3, and she was like, what the fuck? And then she walked away, and then they paid a new voice actor in full, like what she should have got. So it happens even to...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And think about it. The whole Bayonetta franchise right now is worth $450 million.
She created that character. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little bit of, you know, I don't know. I can't really speak on to the biggest extent on how those corporations work, but they could have afforded to pay.
Yeah,
you know, that's all I know is
I think it's a huge mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things that people are saying, like there's some behind the scenes stuff, but I mean, come on, you just pay someone what they're worth.
What they're worth, yeah.
Avoid all the hassle. But do you see yourself, or how do you want to see yourself getting famous, or to a nice extent, not where people recognize you in public, but not like good enough where you have like a meet and greet signing?
I feel like I'm just here to speak on my thoughts and opinions and how I see the world and how others might see the world. So I don't think my goal is to get famous or anything like that. I think my goal is to just reach people, not any particular number. So I just want to help others see maybe a different perspective and stuff like that. My goal is not to, you know, like have flashing lights in front of me or stuff like that. You know.
What were we gonna say, guys?
There are three types of being famous. You have low-key famous, you have mid-tier famous, and you have high-tier famous.
Oh, okay, so I guess his question is, which famous do you want to be? Mid-tier?
I'll tell you the truth. I'd rather be low-key, because I don't want nobody to. I want some people to know.
Okay, everyone, make us high-tier. Okay, there you go.
Make us high-tier.
Make us high-tier and just bug the fuck out of them.
I get that you want people to be on your perspective and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually awesome, by the way. Everyone to know your book. I'd rather be low-key famous. That way you can like have some time to yourself, be like not that noticeable, but also have people looking at your book like, this book helped me learn on different perspectives and different lives.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like that.
Yeah, and that's so you agree with the low tier?
Yeah.
Like where it's like people know of, but it's not like chasing down with paparazzi.
Yeah.
Don't go the J.K. Rowling route.
You could go the Anthony Bourdain route and just travel and read different poems around the world and study poetry and do a whole documentary on that, or like a travel show. I feel like about language, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think when you go to England, you're gonna be like holding a camera.
Yeah. We'll start it in England. That's what we'll do. We'll bring Carlos with us.
I'll be your cameraman.
Just filming, yeah. I'll be the mic guy with a big microphone walking around.
That'd be weird. Just you carrying a whole giant mic. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
So as a writer, which struggles did you come across while writing the book?
I guess,
It was like a big pause moment when you were writing. You were like, Is
Writer's
there any like
block.
yeah, like how many writer's blocks did you have while writing it?
Okay, so
I know it's hard to answer me this.
you
'Cause-
ask such big questions that I have to take a second, and I'm just like, what angle? What is like? Okay, so
Plus, I mean, I've already seen it all, so you're like, why are you asking me? You've talked to me about this like 20 times, yeah.
Well, now I'm telling Carlos.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Well, you're telling the audience.
and I'm
yeah,
telling
yeah.
everyone.
You're,
so.
you're pretty much in this little corner right now of saying,
Yeah.
hello, darkness, my old friend.
Bringing back the darkness of the writer's block.
Yeah, I think the main issue that I have with writing is being able to take a step back and edit it, because obviously these are my words. This is what I wrote. From a critical standpoint, I sometimes have issues with seeing what's wrong with it, what's not. So that's why I have other people examine it and tell me, kind of tell me things that I left out or I didn't catch. So
Pretty much fine-tooth combing it.
yeah.
Was there any inspiration?
I already talked about that.
Well, no, I meant not inspiration. Were there any other poetry books that you got inspiration from?
Oh, I'm not good with names. I
Carl
as
Grabo.
what happened?
Carl Grabo.
Carl Grabo, yes, but I'm trying to remember the book name. I think it's A Doomsday Mask.
Masquerade, right? Doomsday Masquerade.
I think it's a doomsday because it has a mask in
Oh,
the
yeah,
front.
yeah.
So it's called a Doomsday Mask, and it's from I believe it's from the 1950s, and there's a bookstore right around here. It's called the free advertising of Old Florida Book Shop, and they have a lot of hidden gems in there. I mean, they have the original. What's his name? They have original stuff from, I believe, the Shakespeare era. So they have really cool stuff in there.
You'd probably you get some of that
Yeah.
drama stuff in there.
Yeah.
You gotta check it out. I gotta.
Romeo, where I fought that.
I got like a cult theorist, conspiracy theory Templar book.
He likes cult fan fiction for some apparent reason.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the cults and stuff the other day. Well, you and me, but what is there any anything in the writer's world that people don't know about it as like a conspiracy theory? Not conspiracy theory, but it's just like people are confused about when it comes to maybe self-publishing or something like that. Like you said earlier, like about being in the big company. Is there anything big though that is like people believe in, but it's just not true that you know of?
I mean, I believe everyone knows about this. This is the furthest extent that I know. I mean, there's ghostwriters, just like there's ghostwriters for musicians and ghostwriters for other types of.
No, actually, I didn't know this.
You didn't know that?
I thought she was talking about ghost stories, and I was like, oh, like fiction work. Or they're writing the people who do the ghost hunting TV shows.
No,
but
there's ghostwriters.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
It's pretty much. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Ghostwriters are pretty much what people write in the background that you don't write whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and if the audience didn't know that, that's what
It's
what a ghostwriter
if
is.
you're,
Yeah.
you're writing music, you have ghostwriters.
Yeah, but you didn't know that it was in
I
the
did not
area
know.
of books as well. I mean, it's in every area. I mean, there's musicians. There's always is that a ghost? Right? Are they? What's it called when those artists that are?
I'm now not trusting bookstores anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't trust a book now. And
I'm gonna tell you the truth real quick. I'm sorry for interrupting in this. I have to say this every single time. When I heard the first time I ever heard the term ghost writer, I thought immediately of Ghost Rider, like the freaking I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not lying.
Do you know the
Ghost Rider movie?
Nicolas Cage? He played that superhero back in the day. because I know you don't know Marvel that much, but the Ghost Rider, he's like on a motorcycle bike and his head is a skull and it's on fire. That's what he thought you were talking about.
No, because that's the
okay, it took me a second.
So we each had our own thing. When you said that, we were each like, he was like Ghost Rider from Marvel. I was like Ghost Stories.
No, because that's the immediately thing that I heard when it popped up in my head when I heard Ghost Rider.
You heard Rider.
Yeah.
It happens, okay? It's a mind-blown moment.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, wait. Can we curse now?
It has been 10 minutes, but...
Okay. Fuck. I'm done. Okay.
What were you saying, though, about...
Oh. With the... I don't know. I get a lot of mind blanks, so I don't.
No, it's fine. It was with the
What are those artists called that they, I guess are like, this is who's singing it, but then this person is the one that's.
Well, Drake doesn't have ghostwriters, but Drake was a ghostwriter. That's how he got famous. Because he wrote the songs for a couple artists.
And plus he's on Degrassi.
And he was on Degrassi, but he was a ghostwriter, and he was writing the songs, and he was like, well, I could do it.
Yeah.
So then he did it.
Yeah.
And that's how he got, and that's why no one ever questioned him after that, because they were like, there was the proof of him, writing it, but that is there. It's like, oh, this is sung by this person, but written by this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, but that's like that but do they say that legally? Like on the book, can you find out who actually wrote it, or it's like they put the name, someone else literally wrote it, but they're publishing it as that name? Is that not like
copyright infringement, or like?
Well, no, because they're getting paid, but
no, I don't know. You basically are signing off that this is not yours anymore, So it can't be copyright.
They give you like an NDA to not share if you wrote it or not.
Yeah, you probably sign a contract.
Yeah, you probably have to sign a contract that says this person is going to claim that they're writing it.
Yeah, that's just shocking because, most of the time, writers have a writer name. So, and then it's like,
They usually have a pen name to go
a
with
pen
that.
name, yeah.
So
now you can't even... So even if you find out the author's real name or the person whose faces on the book, it couldn't even be the person.
I don't think
it.
Sometimes I think it'll lead you to a dead end.
Holy shit.
It's not going to. I don't think that information's available. I don't know. I don't know much about how this works, but I do know that there are people that are saying that they wrote it and they didn't write it.
Or you could have serial killers writing books, getting New York bestsellers, and then.
Yeah, let's just get Jeffrey Dahmer brought from the dead and just bring him back here.
Jeffrey Dahmer's the person that ate people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably wrote on Skin. He had a book of humans.
Oh.
You'd make me throw up on air in your book.
That's fine. I'll be the first blooper, mid podcast.
Oh God.
I just vomit all over the wall.
Yeah, and then make a remix out of it,
Yeah, I'm gonna be like the from Poltergeist.
That was who got made fun of in The Office? There was a video of someone and they got it was
Kevin.
No, it wasn't Kevin.
Kevin got made fun of for the Cookie Monster thing.
No.
That was in The Office, but who blew up on the social media? It was who became manager after Michael. He married
Angela,
and then she cheated on him with Dwight.
Andy. Yes.
And he was crying.
Yeah.
The crybaby thing. That's what they're gonna get replayed like that. That's what's gonna happen to you.
I'm a new Poltergeist.
Wow. To the do you know? There's people like me who haven't seen The Office until this 20, 30 years old. There's people who haven't seen The Office. There's people probably watching that don't have no idea about The Office.
I watched the British version of The Office.
Is it good?
No, because you got Ricky Gervais as the lead. He's the one that plays Michael, the counterpart. It's so funny.
He was in The Office.
Yeah. Kind of did a little.
I think you ever seen Doctor Who?
I'm thinking of Doctor Dolittle, but Doctor Who.
Doctor Who's pretty much like a show from London.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much time travels.
I'm
everywhere
stupid.
and just
Yes,
doing
I know of
stuff.
Doctor Who. I am so stupid. Yeah, I know about it. Hey guys, sorry about that. I know I'm really close to the mic and you're probably hearing my lips slack, but the camera died and we're going to take a short little intermission here. Here we took a little break. Enjoy some jazz music and 2 poems from Paulina, Sofia. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. We took a short little break there after the camera died. We all had to drink water and go pee.
Yeah.
Except Carlos. Carlos is chilling over
I'm
here.
good.
Yeah.
After this, I need an energy drink. So
Oh, the Bubblicious.
yeah, the
yeah.
bubblegum energy drink that I found. So
What's that?
It tastes like bubblegum.
It tastes like bubblegum.
I need. Okay.
You want to try it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we'll go.
We should
across
go
the
get
street and
some
get
after
it.
this.
Yeah.
We need it.
Oh, you were telling.
Doctor Who is pretty much. Okay, you're seeing The Crown.
No.
You gotta start watching The Crown. It's
I don't know what
actually
the
a
crown
show.
is either. Is it?
It's pretty much what. Okay, you know how England is with the royalty, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much leading Princess Queen Elizabeth's coronation, and how it is to like now.
Oh,
So that's what The Crown is.
Okay.
So you pretty much start from when the king died, her dad in the beginning, straight to Prince Charles's marriage to Diana, all that like leads all to that.
Before she died, though.
Before she died.
Is it kind of like a documentary or?
No, it shows you in seasons.
Mhm.
It's like
Netflix.
Tiger King. It's like a seasonal documentary.
No, it's not really much a documentary. It's like more of a drama kind of thing.
Oh,
So
it's
is there a spin on it?
It shows you what aspects or what happened like during the war and stuff.
oh,
like
but
that.
people play the roles.
Yeah, people play the roles.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It's Motley. It's like the Motley Crue movie.
Oh, okay.
So
Have you seen? Oh, sorry, don't mean to interrupt.
No.
Have you seen the Motley Crue documentary?
I have not.
It is really
really good.
good. It is really good.
I like watching true crimes. So it's like
We like watching like the crime stuff, but this one is it's like The Crown. So it's not like a fictional movie. They play these. It's a little exaggerated, but they play the. I mean, you
We
can't
don't
really get
even know,
exaggerated
yeah,
about Motley
it's-
Crue. I feel like actually it's toned down from what they really did.
Yeah.
It's the 4 actors play the role of the group when they were young and getting into fame, and it shows just everything that they went through, and it's really cool. Honestly, the coolest part of that film is their first performance. It's the build up to their first performance as a group and them getting the group together. It's one of the coolest stories I think ever for a rock band.
And someone that surprised me that was in there who was a really good actor was Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh yeah,
He
plays one of the
acted
members.
really
Yeah. That's his best role by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, best role by far. But yeah, you should check it out. Next time I see you, I want to know that
which
you've
is pretty
watched
much
it.
Friday.
Friday, yeah.
You have until Friday to
You have
watch
until
it.
Friday. You have until
Yeah,
Friday to
until
watch
Friday.
it. Yeah, I have until Friday to watch The Crown now. So.
No. It's a long show. It's like 5 seasons.
Oh shit! You said it was 2.
It's 5
He was
seasons.
like, oh, it's 5.
The show took a little bit of a break because of what happened to the Queen. So it's like they brought it back with the 5th season now. So you gotta.
So did they already put that in there?
Yeah, and then it's on Netflix already.
But they already put her death.
They'll
in
probably
there?
get to it.
No, not yet. They'll probably get to it.
Okay.
That sounds really good.
It takes place during.
What's it on?
It's like an arc. It's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
All four seasons are gonna be.
Show us afterwards. And what were you gonna show her earlier?
The Oron High School Host Club trailer.
Oh, for the live action.
Okay, so we'll be watching both of those things while drinking bubblegum.
Yeah.
Energy drink.
energy
That'll keep
drink.
us up. It'll keep us up to watch it. Yeah. See, Carlos got a setup here.
Like I was saying before, all this, the cut. You can have it. But
so what were you talking about, Doctor Who?
Doctor Who is pretty much like it's a sci-fi show. You watched it before.
I've seen the originals. Yeah. Or the first few.
It's 13 Doctors. The main actor who actually plays in The Crown was one of the Doctors in the Doctor Who. You know?
Is it?
Matt Smith.
Oh,
Matt Smith is the one that plays the Queen's husband in the show.
We're not even talking about anime. This happens sometimes.
It happens.
Yeah, it just happens. Sorry, guys. It just happens. Like,
we like to talk about spontaneous things on the show. So. Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about Benedict Cumberbatch, which is the one who plays. He played one of the Doctor Who's, and he plays Doctor Strange.
No.
And he plays.
Benedict Cumberbatch never played the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
It was David Tennant.
No, he did, and then he did. The detective you thought was real.
Sherlock Holmes.
He did Sherlock Holmes.
Holmes.
So recently I went to London, and I already had been to London, and I had already been to Sherlock Holmes's house. And so I went this time. This was in January, and I went with my dad, and we went through the house, and I was like, well, that's the toilet that he probably used. And I looked at another corner, and I was like, oh, that's where he probably did his, like, hair and stuff, and there's brushes, and then at the end of it, my dad was like, are you talking about the fictional character? And I'm like, what fictional character? And I didn't know that Sherlock Holmes was a fictional character. I thought he was a real living person that had died, and this was his house. So that was mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, I know how that felt when I learned about what real characters are not. Yeah.
Yeah, I told that the same thing. Actually, I just remembered that when I found out Sherlock Holmes was fake, I also found out James Bond was fake. I thought James Bond was based on a real spy that worked for the
MI6.
The MI6, yeah. Like I thought it was like, you know, during like World War II or like the Cold War, that type of thing.
It was like reliving the time in your life when you found out Santa wasn't real. You know, it kind of felt like one of those moments.
Children, don't fight about that.
Dude, there's people.
There are people who still believe that.
There's still people that are like 25, 30 years old that believe Santa.
So I just ruined some lives now.
You caused some
psychological damage.
Yeah.
They're pretty much going behind the camera. Emotional damage.
Oh, the camera turned off.
It always does this.
It stopped recording.
Is it charging?
It probably died. But we'll keep talking over it this time.
We should put some lengthy pictures on.
Yeah, we'll put the cover this time. Maybe do you have any step-by-step process of the cover we can just display as like one huge collage and they can look at the process?
We're gonna put a huge PowerPoint on screen.
Yeah. Oh, actually, well, the book cover isn't as cool as it looks now. I remember the first artist you had draw it for you was they just threw some photos up from Photoshop.
Oh yeah, so the first one was awful. I mean, it was badly photoshopped. I mean, it was a different idea too. It was supposed to be a butterfly being carried onto a bird. Since it's called Broken Wings Can Fly Too, I was like, oh, okay, the bird will help the butterfly, and then it transformed into what it is now. But my book cover's fully hand-drawn, so better than the first time around, yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with Photoshop, but it looked like just random pieces being thrown together.
Not to rag on the artist.
Yeah, the artist's name is not going to be mentioned.
Yeah. For privacy reasons.
Now you can mention this artist's name.
Yes, so I don't want to missay her name, but it's Sabina, I believe.
It's Sabina.
It's Sabina. I'll say the first name.
She was on Fiverr. Yeah, I'll actually put her little thing in there.
Yeah, I gave her full credits for drawing and designing my book cover. Her name is in my book, so
cool.
on one of the last pages.
And that was just one of the many challenges that you faced putting together this book.
It was a long process, yeah. I was, one step forward, one step back. So, I accomplished one part of the book, and then another aspect of it kind of crumbled. So it was just kind of having to rebuild it until it was what I envisioned.
All right, and I think because of the way the camera's going, unfortunately, we couldn't. we'll cut it. We'll cut it there because I think the camera actually completely died on us for today. But we'll.
We completely forgot to charge it.
Yeah, or I don't know, something. No, because it was supposed to be plugged in. But everyone check out
Broken Wings Can Fly Too by Paulina Sofia.
Oh, sorry. And then it's on what?
On Amazon.
All right.
And in the process of maybe getting onto Barnes & Noble, on the Barnes & Noble self-publishing website, so...
Okay. I'm going to give you a fair warning. I like Barnes & Noble more than Books A Million.
I love Barnes & Noble more than Books A Million. And they have some really cool anime stuff. I mean, they have a lot of Gudetama. They have onesies, Rilakuma onesies.
Okay, no offense. Books A Million has Funko Pops, but Barnes & Noble's kicks ass when it comes to anime.
Yeah, and they have a lot of cool games to play. So they have a lot of board games. They have manga. Their manga section is way bigger than I believe a lot of the Books A Million.
And then the other has Starbucks.
And on top of that, and then on my receipt, you get a free cookie. After you get two free cookies. It comes with the not anime receipt, Barnes & Noble receipt.
All right, guys. This is a super chat. Make sure you check out Paulina Sofia's new book, Broken Wings Can Fly Too, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe.
And make sure you guys come for Artist Day #2, which is going to be happening on November 12th.
I'm laughing because Carlos is pointing at the camera, but the camera's off.
Whatever.
This is the first one where we actually have to completely black it out. All right. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I'm looking at the camera too. Peace out, guys. Peace out.
Bye.
Peace out.
Close your eyes and we'll be waving goodbye.
Yeah. Picture it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.